7 Buddhist Teachings to Stay Calm and Focused in 2025. Have you noticed how 2025 feels faster, louder, and more overwhelming than ever before? Notifications never stop. Responsibilities keep piling up, and the pressure to stay ahead, whether in work, studies, or relationships, can feel crushing. Many of us wake up already tired, spend the day chasing deadlines, and go to bed with our minds still racing. We are more connected than at any point in history, yet our focus is scattered, and our inner calm feels almost impossible to hold on to. Here's the truth. You cannot control the chaos of the outside world, but you can learn to master the calm within. That is where Buddhism, an ancient path of wisdom, becomes. It's more relevant than ever in 2025. These teachings are not just about monks meditating in caves or faraway temples. They are practical tools that anyone can use to handle modern stress, regain clarity, and stay deeply focused on what truly matters. Imagine if, instead of being pulled in every direction by the latest headlines, technology updates, or social expectations, you had an anchor within yourself, a way to stay centered even when everything around you feels unstable. Buddhism offers this anchor. Its timeless wisdom reminds us that peace does not come from controlling life, but from understanding it, letting go of illusions, living with presence and compassion. In this video, we will explore 7 Buddhist teachings that can help you stay calm and focused in 2025. These lessons will guide you to release what no longer serves you, train your mind to live in the present, balance your energy, and cultivate a deep sense of clarity that no external chaos can take away. Whether you are struggling with anxiety, feeling constantly distracted, or simply searching for more meaning in your daily life, these teachings hold the key. So, take a deep breath. For the next few minutes, step away from the noise of the outside world and journey into wisdom that has guided seekers of peace for over 2,500 years. You may discover that the calm and focus you've been chasing have always been within you, waiting for you to simply look inward. 1. Detachment. Letting go of what you can't control. One of the greatest sources of stress in 2025 is our constant attempt to control everything: the outcome of our careers, how others see us, the direction of global events, even the flow of time itself. But Buddhism teaches that attachment to control is a root of suffering. Detachment does not mean indifference or apathy. It means understanding what is within your influence and what is not. Imagine a storm raging outside. No matter how much you shout, beg, or complain, the storm will not stop. What you can do is close your windows, stay sheltered, and keep yourself safe until it passes. Detachment works the same way. By accepting that certain forces, technology shifts, world politics, the behavior of others are beyond your control, you free your energy to focus on what truly matters: your actions, your mindset, your response. In 2025, this teaching is more relevant than ever. Instead of being drained by endless scrolling, debates, and worries, practice letting go. Ask yourself, is this something I can change, or is this beyond me? If it's beyond you, release it. The peace that follows is the first step to staying calm and focused. 2. Mindfulness. Living fully in the present moment. We live in a time where attention is one of the most valuable commodities. Algorithms compete for our focus. News headlines constantly trigger our emotions. And multitasking has become a badge of honor. Yet in this rush, we often forget the only place where life actually happens: the present moment. Buddhism's practice of mindfulness is the antidote. Mindfulness is the art of paying full attention to what is happening right now: your breath, your steps, your thoughts, or the task at hand, without judgment. It teaches us to come back to reality instead of being trapped in regrets of the past or anxieties about the future. For example, when you eat, do you truly taste your food, or are you scrolling your phone between bites? When you talk to a friend, do you fully listen, or are you distracted by the next notification? These small acts of divided attention slowly erode our peace. Mindfulness gives us back control of our focus. It doesn't require hours of meditation. Even taking 3 mindful breaths before replying to an email or being fully present for a single conversation can transform your clarity. In 2025, when distractions are multiplying every day, mindfulness is not just a practice, it is survival. 3. Right effort. Directing energy wisely, energy is limited. Time is limited. Yet how often do we exhaust ourselves on things that bring little value to our lives? Endless gossip, doom scrolling, competing with others, or striving for unrealistic standards drain our strength without giving us peace. Buddhism introduces the teaching of right effort, part of the Noble Eightfold Path. It reminds us to channel our energy into actions that reduce suffering and increase wisdom, instead of wasting it on harmful pursuits. Think of your attention as a garden. If you water weeds, anger, jealousy, fear, they grow and overtake the soil. But if you water flowers, kindness, patience, gratitude, they flourish and bring beauty. Right effort is about choosing where to water. In 2025, many people feel burnt out not because they lack energy, but because they spend their energy in the wrong places. Right effort encourages us to pause and ask, is this action leading me closer to peace or pulling me further away? It is not about working harder, but about working wiser. By focusing your energy on nurturing positive habits, mindful breathing, compassion toward others, letting go of resentment, you strengthen your ability to stay calm and centered no matter what the world demands of you. These 3 teachings, detachment, mindfulness, and right effort, create the foundation for inner peace in 2025. They help us release what we cannot control, stay rooted in the present, and direct our energy where it truly matters. In the next part, we will explore 4 more teachings that will deepen this calm and sharpen your focus even further. 4. Compassion. Transforming stress into empathy in today's fast-paced world. Stress often makes us harsh, not only toward ourselves, but also toward others. We snap at loved ones, become impatient in traffic, or compete ruthlessly at work. Buddhism teaches that compassion is the medicine for this kind of suffering. Compassion is not weakness. It is the strength of the heart that sees the pain in others and responds with understanding instead of judgment. In 2025, when society feels more divided than ever, compassion is a radical act. Imagine approaching your colleagues, neighbors, or even strangers online with kindness rather than defensiveness. This shift not only calms your own stress, but also softens the conflicts around you. Compassion does not erase challenges, but it transforms how we face them, turning stress into opportunities for connection and healing. 5. Equanimity. Staying balanced amid chaos. Equanimity is the ability to remain steady, regardless of life's ups and downs. It is like being a mountain while storms pass over, heat unmoved, rooted, unshaken. In 2025, when uncertainties about health, technology, and the economy constantly shake our sense of stability, equanimity is essential. This teaching does not mean suppressing emotions or pretending not to care. Rather, it means cultivating balance. When good fortune comes, you enjoy it without clinging. When challenges arrive, you endure without despair. Equanimity protects you from being controlled by circumstances. Think of a person who reacts wildly to every news headline, stock market change, or social media comment. Their peace rises and falls with every external wave. Equanimity teaches us to ride those waves instead of being thrown by them. In doing so, you preserve your focus and keep your mind clear, no matter how turbulent 2025 may become. 6. Silence. The power of pausing before reacting. We live in a time when quick responses are demanded everywhere. Instant replies to emails, immediate reactions on social media, constant availability. But rapid reaction often leads to regret. Buddhism values the power of silence, the pause before speaking, the breath before responding. Silence does not mean passivity. It means creating space for wisdom to arise. In those brief moments of quiet, you can observe your emotions, recognize impulses, and choose a response rather than falling into reactivity. For example, instead of firing off an angry reply, you pause. In that pause, you realize that words said in haste may wound more deeply than silence ever could. Silence grants you control over your actions, which in turn preserves your peace. In 2025, when the pressure to say something is constant, practicing silence becomes a form of strength. 7. Impermanence. Remembering everything changes. One of the most profound Buddhist insights is impermanence. The understanding that all things, joys, sorrows, successes, failures, are temporary. In 2025, this teaching is a lifeline. Economic shifts, personal struggles, even moments of happiness can overwhelm us when we believe they will last forever. But nothing is fixed. Impermanence reminds us that pain will pass, just as happiness will fade. This truth may sound unsettling at first, but it is actually liberating. Knowing that everything changes allows us to let go of fear and embrace each moment fully. When you face hardship, remember, this too will end. When you enjoy success, remember, this too is fleeting. In both cases, you remain free. Impermanence is the ultimate teaching for calm and focus because it prevents us from being trapped by illusions of permanence. Together, these 4 teachings, compassion, equanimity, silence, and permanence, complete the map to inner peace in 2025. Alongside detachment, mindfulness, and right effort, they form a powerful guide for living with clarity and resilience in a world that never seems to stop moving. By practicing them daily, you not only survive the chaos of 2025, you rise above it, anchored in wisdom.com and unshakable focus. As we come to the end of this journey through the 7 Buddhist teachings, take a moment to pause and reflect. 2025 is fast, noisy, and unpredictable. We live in a world of constant updates, shifting expectations, and relentless pressure. It is easy to feel lost, distracted, or even overwhelmed. But the wisdom of Buddhism reminds us of a timeless truth. Peace does not depend on controlling the outside world. It arises when we learn to master the inside world. Each of the teachings we explored is a step on that path. Detachment helps us release the weight of things beyond our control. Mindfulness trains us to live fully in this very moment where life is truly happening. Right effort teaches us to channel our energy wisely, watering the flowers instead of the weeds in the garden of our minds. Compassion transforms stress into empathy, helping us build bridges instead of walls. Equanimity steadies us when life shakes our foundation, keeping us balanced in both joy and sorrow. Silence reminds us of the power of pausing, of choosing response over reaction. And finally, impermanence frees us from clinging, reminding us that everything, both suffering and joy, will eventually pass. Together, these 7 teachings form more than just ancient philosophy. They are practical tools, perfectly suited for the challenges of our time. They remind us that calm is not found in escaping life, but in facing it with clarity. Focus is not about controlling every detail, but about choosing wisely where we place our attention and energy. Imagine living 2025 not as a year of endless stress, but as a year of deeper awareness. Imagine waking up not with dread, but with a quiet confidence that whatever comes, you have the inner tools to handle it. Imagine no longer being a prisoner to distractions, but a master of your focus and peace. This is what the Buddhist path offers, not in some distant monastery, but here in the middle of your everyday life. So as you step back into the flow of your own day, carry these teachings with you. Start small. A mindful breath before you check your phone. A moment of silence before you speak. A gentle act of compassion toward a stranger. These small steps build into something powerful. Life lived with calm, focus, and wisdom in a world that seems determined to scatter you. The storms of 2025 will come, just as storms have always come. But with these 7 teachings as your guide, you can stand steady like the mountain, calm like the still lake, and clear like the open sky. Peace, focus, and freedom are not waiting somewhere in the future. They are already here, within you, ready to be discovered.